Today, we're talking about the Christian nationalist movement. We're talking about what it is, we're talking about what they believe, and we're talking about what they intend to do. And we're going to link here between this nationalist movement and the current political environment, Donald Trump. So, what is the Christian nationalist movement? I'm going to put right here a little description, a quote that explains really what they are. They're a group who believes this is a Christian country and it needs to be returned to its Christian roots. So, what do they believe? They definitely believe that this country was founded on Christian ideals. They want to see this country return to Christian values. What do they believe? They believe things like the Ten Commandments need to be displayed in primary schools, and the reason all the way up to public state-funded universities. And the reason they believe this is because they believe those ideas are real and that they represent the moral fabric that represents Christianity, and that is part and parcel with returning to our Christian roots. The Christian nationalist movement has a large component called the New Apostolic Reformation. This is a movement, not a denomination, within a broad range of Christian churches that is on the rise. You can see here this information. These are books that they produce and write. So that's what they believe. So what do they intend to do, and how connected are they with government? So the first thing I'm going to talk about is this 7 Mountains mandate from the Apostolic Reformation. And this is the areas for which they think they need to gain control. One of those things is politics. They also are exclusive, like religions are, which is to say, if you don't agree with them and you get in their way, there are consequences. This is an example of those consequences. This basically means that if you don't agree, there are consequences in law for not posting the 10 Commandments, for example, multitude of laws, or in the afterlife even. And finally, for the connection between the NAR, the New Apostolic Reformation, and Donald Trump and Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, for that, we have all of these examples. We have all of these places where there are intermediaries like Charlie Kirk, who have been brought in or have been incentivized to help bring out this movement and in some ways politicize it. How has this Christian nationalist movement gained power within politics? For one, Mike Johnson seems to have adopted a lot of these principles. He's in contact with these leaders, these apostolic leaders. And there's a really interesting article about how Mike Johnson almost lost his job, how he was being attacked even by Republican representatives. And how did he get out of it? He built a bridge to Donald Trump. Donald Trump made an agreement, negotiated with these Republican representatives, give Johnson back his job to maintain this nationalist Christian perspective within politics, which is to say the same goals that they have are the goals that Mike Johnson has, which ultimately even politicians who don't find themselves in these circles are pushing for in the current political environment. So I hope that explains who the Christian nationalists are, what NAR is, what they believe, and what they're looking for. Thanks for watching.